Well, when people buy a new phone, they're really excited to get the new one, and they forget about the old one. What about all the gigabytes worth of data that are still on the old one? Well, whether a person donates, sells, or trades in the old phone, many leave very private, personal information that could fall into the wrong hands.
Most people do not remove the data from their phone.
Jeff Kaiser is a cell phone information security professional and the director of quality at Recellular, the largest cell phone recycler in Michigan.
Frequently people trade in their phones, so they leave everything on their phone that you would think would be on a phone. So images, contacts, text messages, voicemail.
And worse, social security, bank account numbers, and other sensitive information.
Facebook, Twitter, school.
Is it password protected? Does it take like a combination to get into it and make phone calls, or not really?
Not really.
You sold them.
Yes.
And the information may have still been on the phone?
Yes.
What
Scary,
do you
huh?
think? Does that concern you at all?
Now it does. Now that I thought about it.
There are ways to keep your information safe. If you trade in your old phone at carriers like Verizon or retail stores like Best Buy, employees will scrub the data from the phone. Many of those phones end up at Recellular.
We're the largest customer of the Dexter Post Office.
Located a few miles from Ann Arbor, Recellular on average receives between 200,000 to 300,000 cell phones every month.
They come in on pallets and skids from carriers.
And no matter what the phones have on them when they come in,
So you can see all like models would be in a tub.
they all get cleaned of their data.
Even if the device is sent to us from a source that removes the data in advance, we again repeat that process.
Recellular removes 150 different types of data, even data that's not linked to consumers in any way. Other cell phone recycling companies have similar procedures.
The entire industry is very actively working to protect consumer data, to protect consumer identity, and to remove data quickly and successfully.
After removing all the data and cleaning the outside of the phone, every phone gets audited.
We actually audit 100% of the devices to make sure that data has been removed from the device.
But lots of phones end up on websites like Craigslist or eBay.
If I was directly selling my phone, I definitely would remove the data. There's a slightly greater risk because it's a one-to-one relationship, so you know who I am and you know where I live. And so if there is data on there, perhaps it's more usable.
If you want to make sure all the data is off your old phone before you get rid of it, most smartphones come with a factory reset, which takes everything off the phone. Kaiser says it's also a good idea to remove the SD and SIM cards from the phone. Also contact your carrier and shut off the phone's signal.
The same kind of cyber protection you would use elsewhere in your life applies to your phone as well.
Kaiser says he chooses not to keep his bank account number or other sensitive information on his phone.
In major cities, phone theft is becoming a very prevalent problem, and that's probably more likely where data that's important might be captured, is if you lose your phone or your phone is stolen.
And Kaiser says most people are like you and me. If we were to get a phone with pictures and data, we'd just delete it and put our own stuff on that phone, but it's always a good idea to be careful.
Oh, no kidding. And